For 7 years, my Bible sat pristine and untouched. It looked holy on the outside, but I was running on empty on the inside. In this video, I'm sharing the honest price I paid for those years, the anxiety I carried alone, the reactionary parenting, and the dryness of a heart trying to survive without its anchor. See, I used to think leaving my Bible on the shelf was harmless. I told myself, I know the stories. I've memorized the verses as a child. I figured I was fine. But looking back at those years, I finally see the cost. I see the anxiety I carried all by myself because I didn't know how to actually lean on a promise. I see the wisdom I lacked in my own parenting. Those years where I reacted out of sheer exhaustion instead of grace. And I see the dryness of a heart trying to run on empty. I can't get those years back. They're gone. And that's the hardest part to admit. But I can make sure I don't lose another day. And I don't want you to lose yours either. This is my first and only full English Bible. I've had it for 20 years. For the first 7 of those years, it stayed clean. It looked holy and pristine on the outside, but it was doing nothing for me on the inside. And it wasn't until I reached a breaking point as a mother with little babies, tired, stretched thin, and quietly searching for something I couldn't name, that I finally opened it, not to study it, but to survive. And that day, I did something I never would have dared to do as a child. I picked up a highlighter. I stopped treating this book like a museum piece, started treating it like a map. And for the first time, I wasn't just reading tradition. I was hearing a father speak to me, personally, and with love that I had been starving for without even knowing it. Those quiet moments, early mornings before the house woke up, or late nights in the silence, became my anchor. I discovered that God didn't want my perfect recitation. He wanted my messy, honest pursuit. And I began marking the verses and passages where God spoke to me. I would sit with the Word, and slowly it began to shape me. If you've ever felt disconnected from the Bible or unsure where to begin, start small, a few verses, and a few quiet minutes. What changed me was how I approached the Bible and the realization that I was allowed to meet God right where I was, in the middle of the mess. As my children grew, this became our family's ministry. Just the 3 of us sitting together, moving through books of the Bible at a snail pace. We didn't rush. We would spend months in a single book, from Genesis and Exodus to the Gospels, the letters of Paul, Peter, and John, and even Revelation. We stayed until the lessons settled into the floorboards of our home. My only regret is that I wish I'd introduced them to the richness of my native language sooner. I would be curious if anyone knows what language this is. A favorite verse of mine is Salamo, or Psalm 115, verse 1. Awana ia te matou yo vai, awana ia te matou, a ia tu ina tulvi inga losuafa, ona loa lofa malofa maoni. I believe there is no perfect language for God, other than love itself. He meets us in every expression. And today, as a homeschooling family, slow traveling the world, this Bible is the one thing that has a permanent spot on my bag. It's my most treasured possession because these pages hold the history of a God who refused to leave me to be consumed by life's worries and burdens. It changed how I teach and nurture my children today as we travel the world. And my prayer today is exactly what it was when I first dared to mark these pages. Lord, show me more of yourself. I want to know you. I want to be known by you and to make you known. So wherever you are today, whether you're at a high point or feeling completely disconnected, my prayer is that you take a second to pause, open the Word, and ask God to meet you there. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, don't let another day be part of the cost. And if you feel like your Bible has been a museum piece lately, just type starting today in the comments. I'd love to pray for you. Stay anchored. Keep becoming.